My name is Dawn Michelle Lewis. I just moved back in with my mom in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of the capital, Harrisburg. I'm 5'4". My driver's license says that I'm 5'6". That is a lie. I'm 5'4", solid. I am an actor, yeah, but I have a lot of survival jobs in the interim. I left my job as a pet nutritionist last year, which that is a real job, so that I could help my sister take care of my autistic nephew. He's 4 and he's not qualified for any of the programs in the area. I also work for a local artist as her personal assistant. I donate plasma on a regular basis, and I do background work whenever I can get a day off. So I did work on Dispatches with Jason Segel, and recently I did background for a different HBO series that's filming near Philly. Everyone knows that the perfect day is April 25th because it's not too hot, it's not too cold, and all you need is a light jacket. But seriously, the perfect day for me would require me to live in a city, ideally, because I'd like to be able to wake up and walk over to my favorite coffee shop and pay them to make my coffee. And then I would, of course, eat my avocado toast, which would be followed by probably a dance class, and then either like an acting class, dance class, acting class, and then rehearsal for one project. And then after rehearsal, I would go to a performance, like play a musical, story slam, comedy show, whatever. And then I would end my day with a Epsom salt bath, and then get 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. The last memorable dream I had was the beginning of this year. I was dating this guy, and he ended up in my dream, of course. And on top of that, I'm currently in a production of the Vagina Monologues, which is kind of a rite of passage for women at this point. And for whatever reason, I had keys to the rehearsal space, and I let myself in, and it was the Vagina Monologues, the musical, and this guy I was dating at the time showed up and pretended to be a piano player just so he could mess with me for the rehearsal period. And yeah, I got in trouble with the director, even though everything that was happening was him. That's the last one I remember. The last wild night I had, I don't remember. It was definitely at a wedding. My favorite wild night I ever had was in 2016. I had just been in a car accident, and like a few weeks before this happened, and was really living that YOLO lifestyle, and my 8th grade boyfriend reached out to me kind of out of the blue, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to do shrooms?" Like, how do you say no? So I did that. In the process, I learned that I understand Van Gogh. Definitely. We wandered around outside downtown Harrisburg, and I got lost. There was a brief period of time that I was in a porta potty. I don't know how long I was in there. Definitely got lost in there. Of course, my mentality going into this night, because I had never done any drugs before, was to do my hair and makeup in case something bad happened and somebody found my dead body. The last thing I remember was getting in a car to go home. Not that we could sleep, but then just freaking out and going in circles in my head for like 4 hours and not being able to get out of the car because I was too freaked out from moving so fast. Yeah, still one of my favorite memories from drugs. The last time I got really pissed off, I recently discovered that when I'm like really pissed off, I actually turn like bright red. Cause I don't get pissed very often or very easily. My crazy ex-German roommate tricked me into signing this paper that got my name taken off of the lease of our apartment. And she had the locks changed after I had already agreed to move out. And this is like right before Christmas 2017. And I go to the leasing office. I'm freaking out because I noticed that the door handles were nicer, and I had a little heart attack, and then of course couldn't get in. And so I was freaking out. I went to the leasing office. It just so happens that they had fired the guy who was in charge of pushing through the paperwork that would have taken my name off the lease. So they gave me a key. And she had told them that I was being hostile and refusing to move out. And I was like, no, I've been trying to get away from this crazy lady for months. So they gave me a key. I was able to get in for a couple of days, and then she changed the locks again. And it was on the day that I had people show up to help me move. So I called maintenance. They charged her $30 to let me in. And of course, at this time, we were both in a play together. We were in A Christmas Carol. And my response to being locked out was a little childish. I saw reviews for this stuff on Amazon called ass spray. Because I wanted to do something that wasn't illegal. So I sprayed her coat with it. And I didn't spray this stuff before, and it stunk up like the entire backstage, and it was really rank. And I don't regret doing it. I regret where I did it, because people treated it like I killed her cat, when really I just sprayed her coat with fart spray. But yeah, thanks.